I am going to show you how do you make this search bar up top here mobile friendly. Right now, if we make our resolution smaller, let me just go ahead and make it smaller right here. You'll see that the search bar actually goes away. We no longer see it in this navigation menu because the resolution is too small. But if you click into the menu right here, the menu button, then you'll get the search bar. What I'm going to do, it is mobile friendly technically, but what I'm going to do is instead of requiring users to click into this menu button before they can search for an item or a product, I'm going to make it so that the search bar is always showing. All right, so you either have it up top right here, or we have it in the menu itself. I'll show you what I mean by that. All right, I'm gonna go over to my Shopify admin theme right here. And in my supply theme, this is the theme that I'm using right now. So this is the supply theme. Let me go into our actions, edit code. And where we want to go into, or the file that we want to go into, is not in our templates, but in our sections category. Header, right here. This header file right here, this is what controls the navigation up top. First things first, I'm going to add at the very top here, I'll just show you very quickly without any sort of styling. If you include search bar, this is a snippet that you can include and you save it, you refresh, you'll get it at the top. But we don't want this to always show. The only time we want this to show is when it gets to not even this resolution, when it gets to a really small resolution. So maybe your iPhone, your Android, so somebody who's on their phone, that's when we want to show this. So instead of having it show up in the actual navigation bar right here, I feel like that would be too small. I'm going to have it be full width down below, right underneath it. That's the idea. All right. What I have to do is I have to div class. I'm going to add some styling. So you don't actually have to create your own styling, your own classes. Shopify has classes that allow you to hide and show based on the resolution. And this is all it is that it takes right here. Is this large hide, medium hide. Make sure you have the double hyphens in there, the minus symbols. All right, and let's just surround it with that. Refresh. It's gone. All right, so we don't see it in any large resolutions, but if we start getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it's still not there. We don't see it in there. But then when we go really small, that's when we'll see the search bar. All right. Now what you can do, and Chrome has this little nice feature where you can toggle by device. So if you're on an iPhone 5 or SE, you'll see it like this. If you're on an iPhone 6, 7, or 8 Plus. But then the problem becomes when you have an iPad. The iPad Pro, not a big deal because it's basically a monitor. That's how big it is. But if you click on the iPad, now you don't see it. Of course, you can still see it in the menu. But you can still see it in the menu when you go to, say, the iPhone 6 or 7 or 8. You'll still see it in the menu as well. Let's remove that. Because we are now having the search bar show up on the home page always, let's remove that from the menu. How do you remove it from the menu? If you scroll all the way down here in your header liquid file, right now it's on line 108, just remove that. Save, refresh. You really don't need the search bar in two places. That's my opinion. If you want to leave it there, that's okay. But I'm going to do that. Now the problem becomes when we don't have the search bar now in the iPad. It's not in the menu because we just removed it. It's not here anymore. Where is it? What we'll need to do is add some additional code right here. And I'm going to just copy this include search bar real quick and see where this mobile nav bar is. I'm going to add some code right in between these two display tables. All right, and I'm just going to add this very simply. Class equals, and I'm going to say small hide. I want to hide this. So when it's on small, I don't want to show this. And save it, just like that. Now I added this additional div. I'll show you why I did that in a moment here. But if we refresh, we now see our search bar. And it happens to be in between the menu and cart items. Now this is looking pretty good. Let me just go ahead and turn off this mobile device right here, that button. And if we start looking at the resolution, keep going. This is still a large resolution. Now we get to the iPad. We see the search bar pop up. It's hard to see, so you'll have to do your own styling for the search bar. Or maybe you have different colors for your menu item here, or your menu bar right here, so that might not be so bad. It might not look as bad as mine does. But then if we keep going smaller and smaller, we still see it. So it should be gone with the small hide. Now let's see why it's not doing that. It's not doing that because I don't have the double hyphens in there. So let's just save that, refresh. There you go, now it's gone. All right. So I had a little bit of a typo in there. And then again, we don't see it in our menu item anymore. Perfect. Now it doesn't look the greatest, not yet, right here. Let's make this a little bit more centered. What you can do in here, that's why I have this additional div in here, is you can add some styling. I'm just going to add the styling right here. If you want to create your own class for this, your own CSS class, you can. I'm just going to add this very simple margin top, 10 pixels, just for the sake of getting that centered. There we have it. And now it looks more centered. If you click on the menu, it still looks okay. Scroll all the way down. It's still not there, but we see it at a full width right here. And then it's gone once we get to basically a monitor when you're non-mobile. And it should all still work. If we go over here and I just click on shirts, or I type in shirts, you can't see it right now because it's in this menu bar right here. And again, if you want to change the styling, you can certainly do that. Press enter, it does my search. Doesn't really matter where I'm at. If I put in here shoes, it'll do that as well. All right, so that's how you make that search bar a little bit more mobile friendly. It technically was because of the menu item. It was showing up in here, but some folks would rather have this search bar always be shown. So that's what we did here. Based on your resolution, it'll either be up top in the menu item or the menu bar itself, or if it's really small, it'll just show up right underneath the menu bar. That's how you make your search bar mobile friendly.